Oh my gosh! I can't move my arm!
You've heard of lions and crocodiles, but the Amazon makes them look tame. Here, every step could be your last. The air, the water, even the trees hide predators built to kill in silence. A single sting can shut down your nervous system.
Oh God, I didn't get a good sting though.
One bite can stop your heart before you take another breath. From parasites that eat their hosts alive to spiders that kill faster than snakes, meet 9 of the Amazon's deadliest beasts. Number 9. Tarantula hawk wasp, the devil's horse. What comes to mind when you hear devil's horse? A folk tale by the river? A myth passed from generation to generation? Here is the truth. This creature is real. It floats on wings that sparkle in the light. Its whole body is made to strike. And its sting? It has forced even the strongest men to their knees, doubled over in pain under the green jungle canopy. This wasp does not play around. When it finds its prey, often the large tarantula, it stings it with crushing precision. The victim becomes frozen, unable to move. It is alive, but powerless. Then the wasp lays an egg on the spider. When the egg hatches, the young wasp eats the spider, while it is still alive. This is not a story. This is nature's way of surviving. Humans are not safe from this horror. The venom does not aim to kill you. Its aim is to shut you down. The scientist Dr. Justin O. Schmidt, who built the insect sting pain scale, calls the sting blinding, fierce, shockingly electric. The pain hits you all at once. You can barely speak. You cannot control your body. The worst part hits fast. Many people say it is the worst few minutes of their lives. Then the sharp pain fades. The strange fact, even though it is so bad, most people are not seriously poisoned. The damage usually does not last. But you never forget it. Still, danger is real. The sudden pain might make you collapse, fall, or hit your head. You could trip or get stuck somewhere. Scream if you must. It is your body trying to get free of the pain. And don't for a second think these wasps only live far in the wilderness. They live in many parts of Brazil. They are sometimes found at the edges of woods, near trails, even close to human dwellings. Walls and fences do not always protect you. If you scare one, swat at one, or brush by one, you might get more than you can handle. Number 8. The fire caterpillar. Now we leave the world of wings and step into the world of fur. And trust me, this is not the kind of fur you want to touch. At first glance, it looks harmless, even cute. A soft little caterpillar covered in silky hairs, resting quietly on a leaf. But in the Amazon, beauty often hides danger. And this one is a deadly example. Meet the fire caterpillar, known to locals as the tatarana. Some call it the burning bug, others the assassin caterpillar. And none of those names are exaggerations. Those fuzzy little hairs are not soft at all. Each one is a tiny, hollow needle filled with venom. Just one brush against your skin, and they break off, injecting poison that burns like fire. The pain hits fast, sharp, hot, and spreading. Then comes swelling, redness, and a burning so strong it feels endless. But that's only the beginning. In severe cases, the venom attacks the blood and kidneys. Victims can suffer internal bleeding, fever, and in some cases, death. The Lonomia obliqua species alone has caused dozens of fatal accidents in Brazil. And here's the chilling truth. You don't have to venture deep into the rainforest to find one. They live in backyards, gardens, trees, and even on clothes hung outside to dry, waiting for an unlucky touch. Many victims never even see what got them. A brush against a leaf, a piece of fruit, or a railing is all it takes to end up in the hospital. So remember, in the Amazon, soft doesn't mean safe. Sometimes, the most harmless-looking creatures are the ones that hurt the most. Number 7. The electric eel. Just when you think the Amazon can't surprise you, it does. Hidden beneath the calm surface of muddy water lives one of the strangest and most dangerous creatures on Earth. The porake, or electric eel, a fish that can generate its own electricity. Picture a quiet river at sunset. The water is still, the air heavy, and there's not a ripple in sight. Then, zap! The river strikes back. In a flash, an electric eel can unleash a charge of up to 600 volts, enough to knock a grown person off their feet or stun a large animal instantly. The eel doesn't waste its energy. It uses short electrical pulses like radar, sending out mild shocks to sense movement and find prey in the dark, muddy water. When it's ready to attack, it switches to powerful bursts that stop its target cold. Inside its long, muscular body are 3 electric organs that work together like a natural power plant, generating and storing energy before releasing it in rapid bursts. Adults can grow to more than 2.5 meters long, making them among the largest electric fish in the world. They're found throughout northern South America, especially in the Amazon and Orinoco river basins, and prefer slow-moving waters, swamps, creeks, and floodplains where visibility is low and the current is weak. Here's the part that shocks people most. The eel doesn't even need to touch you to deliver a jolt. Because electricity travels through water, being nearby can be enough to feel the charge. When threatened, the eel can even leap out of the water, pressing its body against an intruder to deliver a stronger shock at close range. Despite its power, the electric eel has a weakness. It can't breathe underwater like most fish. It must surface every few minutes to gulp air through its mouth, or it will suffocate. That's why you might see a dark, cable-shaped shadow rise quietly from the water, take a breath, and disappear again into the murky depths. And there's another twist. The electric eel isn't actually an eel at all. It's a knife fish, more closely related to catfish than to true eels. For years, scientists believed there was only one species, but recent research revealed at least 3, including one capable of producing a record-breaking 860 volts, the highest voltage ever measured in any living animal. A single shock rarely kills, but that's not the real danger. The real risk is what happens after. In the water, a powerful jolt can make your muscles lock, causing you to lose balance and inhale water or drown. Fatalities are rare but real. In the Amazon, the river looks peaceful, but beneath that still surface lurks a living generator that can strike without warning. Respect the silence of the brown water. It can light you up before you ever see it coming. Number 6. The Bushmaster. Deep in the Amazon rainforest lives a snake that commands both fear and respect. The Bushmaster, known in Brazil as the surucucu pico de jaca. Its skin is covered in rough, spiked scales that resemble the surface of a jackfruit, which is how it earned its nickname, jackfruit spike. But unlike the fruit, this creature doesn't bring sweetness, it brings death. The Bushmaster, Lachesis muta, is the longest venomous snake in the Americas. Some individuals have been recorded at lengths exceeding 3 meters, nearly 10 feet or more. Despite its size, it is rarely seen. This snake prefers the dense, humid jungle of the Amazon, where the forest floor stays damp and cool. It also inhabits lowland valleys, tropical swamps, and the foothills that border the rainforest. Occasionally, it wanders closer to human settlements, slipping quietly into rural gardens or the edges of forest trails. The Bushmaster is nocturnal. It spends daylight hours hidden under piles of dead leaves or buried in forest debris, blending perfectly with the jungle floor. When night falls, it becomes an ambush hunter. Coiled and motionless, it waits for small mammals like rodents, opossums, or even birds to come within striking distance. Like other pit vipers, it has heat-sensing pits located between its eyes and nostrils, allowing it to detect the faintest trace of body heat. Even in total darkness, it can strike with deadly accuracy. When it does strike, it doesn't rely on a single bite. The Bushmaster is capable of delivering multiple bites in rapid succession, injecting large amounts of venom with each one. Its venom is a complex chemical weapon that attacks the body on several fronts. It contains hemotoxins that destroy blood cells and prevent clotting, myotoxins that break down muscle tissue, and neurotoxins that affect the nervous system. Victims experience severe pain, swelling, bleeding, and tissue destruction, sometimes leading to internal hemorrhage or organ failure. One medical report described a man bitten by a Bushmaster who suffered intense pain, massive swelling, and continuous bleeding that doctors struggled to stop. His blood lost its ability to clot, and he required intensive care for days. Even survivors often face long recoveries that can take months. Many need surgery or skin grafts to repair the damage, and in some severe cases, amputation becomes necessary. Unlike many other vipers, the Bushmaster lays eggs usually between 5 and 19 at a time. Even more remarkable, females guard their eggs, coiling around them until they hatch. The young snakes emerge fully equipped with venom and fangs, capable of defending themselves from the moment they enter the world. Some use the bright tips of their tails to lure small prey, a deadly trap disguised as a flicker of light. Despite its fearsome reputation, the Bushmaster is not naturally aggressive. It avoids humans whenever possible. Most bites occur when someone accidentally steps too close or startles it. If you ever encounter one in the wild, the rule is simple. Do not move suddenly. Stay calm, back away slowly, and give it space. Number 5. The Jaguar. If the rainforest had a red carpet, this cat would steal the spotlight every time. Golden coat, black rosettes, muscles like coiled steel. It moves with elegance, but behind that beauty hides one of the most powerful predators on Earth. The jaguar is the largest cat in the Americas, bigger, stronger, and more fearless than any other feline on the continent. And its bite? The strongest of all big cats. Strong enough to crush skulls, break bones, and pierce even the thick shell of a turtle as if it were paper. While lions go for the throat, the jaguar goes straight for the head. One bite, one kill. No struggle, no mercy. It's not just a land hunter either. Jaguars love the water. They swim with ease, silent, graceful, unstoppable. While you think you're safe across the river, the jaguar is already sliding through the current like a shadow, ready to drag a caiman or capybara from the water's edge. And if you think climbing will save you, think again. Jaguars can leap and climb trees faster than most animals can run. In the dense forest, every rustle, every breath could be your last warning before it strikes. The jaguar doesn't roar before it kills. It stalks, it watches, it waits, and when you finally see it, it's already too late. Number 4. The Candiru, the vampire fish of the Amazon. If you thought the most dangerous creatures in the Amazon were big, think again. Because sometimes, the smallest ones are the ones that haunt your nightmares. Meet the Candiru, known as the vampire fish of the Amazon. It's barely 2.5 centimeters long, small enough to fit on your fingertip, but its reputation is enough to make even seasoned locals think twice before stepping into the water. At first glance, it looks harmless, thin, almost transparent, nearly invisible in the murky river. But don't let its size fool you. This little catfish has made its name from one horrifying habit. The Candiru is drawn to the flow of water, and, according to local stories, even to urine. When it senses that current, it darts forward, looking for the source. Once inside, its sharp spines lock it in place, causing unbearable pain and bleeding. Removing it is almost impossible without surgery. Real attacks on humans are extremely rare, and scientists say most stories are exaggerated. But make no mistake, the fear comes from truth. The Candiru does invade the gills of larger fish, anchoring itself there to feed on their blood. It's a true parasite, the Amazon's tiniest vampire, and it's relentless. Once it latches onto a host, it stays hidden inside, sucking blood until it's full, then slips away into the dark water to find another victim. Locals fear it more than piranhas because while a piranha bite is brutal, at least you can see it coming. The Candiru is invisible, silent, and strikes where you least expect. It's found across the Amazon basin in Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, lurking in shallow, slow-moving water where people bathe, fish, and wash clothes. That's why river communities warn, never urinate in the river. It's not superstition, it's survival advice. So yes, in a jungle filled with monsters like jaguars, anacondas, caimans, it's this tiny ghost-like fish that reminds everyone that in the Amazon, danger doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it's small enough to slip right past your guard. Number 3. The Black River Stingray. At first glance, it looks harmless. Its body is flat, smooth, and round, shaped like a dark disc moving effortlessly along the riverbed. It blends perfectly with the muddy bottom of the Amazon's blackwater rivers, almost invisible to anyone swimming or wading nearby. But this quiet movement hides one of the most painful weapons in the rainforest. The stingray's tail is long and flexible, like a whip. Along it lies a razor-sharp stinger, covered in grooves filled with venom. When threatened or stepped on, the stingray lashes upward with lightning speed, driving that spine deep into the skin of its target. The venom that follows causes a pain described by victims as a burning blade twisting under the flesh. It doesn't just sting, it rips through muscle and tissue, sending waves of agony that can last for hours. The injury usually swells immediately. In milder cases, the pain slowly fades after several days, but in severe ones, the venom can cause necrosis, a condition where the surrounding flesh begins to die. The tissue turns black, the wound expands, and deep scars often remain for life. There have been reports of secondary infections, fevers, and long recoveries, especially when medical help isn't available quickly. The Black River stingray doesn't hunt humans, it defends itself. Most stings happen when someone accidentally steps on one buried in sand or mud. These rays spend most of their time hidden, waiting for small prey like crustaceans or fish to pass by. Their camouflage is so perfect that even experienced locals sometimes miss them until it's too late. Found throughout the Amazon and Orinoco River basins, this stingray prefers calm, shallow waters where the current is weak. They thrive in blackwater rivers, named for their dark, tea-colored appearance caused by decaying plant material. These waters may look peaceful, but they hide some of the rainforest's most efficient predators. Despite their danger, stingrays play an important role in the Amazon's ecosystem. They keep small fish and invertebrate populations in check and serve as prey for larger animals like river dolphins and caimans. Still, Local fishermen treat them with deep respect. Many carry long poles to probe the riverbed before stepping in, knowing that one careless move can end in agony. Number 2. The black caiman. If the stingray was an unpleasant surprise, the black caiman is a nightmare made real. It is the true lord of the Amazon's rivers, the largest and most feared predator in the entire basin. Imagine a creature that looks as if it was left behind from the age of dinosaurs. That is the black caiman, the prehistoric guardian of the jungle's waterways. It does not tolerate disturbance, and its bite can make anyone think twice before entering the water. The black caiman is the largest predator in the Amazon basin and one of the oldest surviving hunters on Earth. Its body looks as if time itself carved it from stone. The skin is thick and black, its armor reflecting the moonlight like wet iron. Its jaws are massive, built to crush bone. Its eyes have the still, patient stare of something that has ruled these rivers for millions of years. A full-grown adult can reach over 6 meters in length and weigh close to 1,000 kilograms, heavier than a small car. Every muscle in its body serves one purpose: to ambush and kill with precision. This creature does not chase its prey. It waits. The black caiman floats just beneath the surface of the river, its eyes and nostrils the only things visible above water. It remains perfectly still, blending into the dark, muddy current until an unsuspecting animal comes too close. It might be a bird, a capybara, or even a monkey drinking at the river's edge. Then, in an instant, the calm water erupts. With one explosive lunge, the caiman strikes. One bite, one twist, and the struggle ends. Its bite force exceeds 3,000 pounds per square inch, roughly equal to that of a saltwater crocodile. Once it locks its jaws, there is no escape. Yet the black caiman's most terrifying weapon is not its strength, but its silence. It moves like a shadow, leaving no ripple, no warning. In the dark rivers of the Amazon, people often never see it coming. They only feel a sudden pull, and then the water closes around them. Local fishermen and river dwellers call it the shadow that eats. They describe it as more spirit than animal, a ghost of the jungle that takes what it wants and vanishes without a sound. There was a time when humans almost destroyed it. The black caiman was hunted nearly to extinction for its glossy black hide, which was once prized for leather. Today, under strict protection laws and conservation programs, it has made a strong comeback. Populations are recovering across Brazil, Peru, Bolivia, and Colombia, where it has reclaimed its place at the top of the food chain. So if you ever drift down a quiet Amazon river at night and the water suddenly feels too still, remember this: somewhere beneath that surface, an ancient predator is watching. It has been doing so since long before humans walked these lands. Number 1. The green anaconda. Our last on the list is the mighty ruler of the rivers, the shadow that moves without a sound. In the heart of the Amazon, beneath the still waters and tangled roots, lives a legend. The green anaconda, the largest and heaviest snake on Earth. It doesn't need to roar or strike fast. It waits, patient, silent, deadly. This monster can grow up to 9 meters long, thick as a man's waist, and weigh more than 200 kilograms. It lives where the river slows, in dark swamps, flooded forests, and hidden lagoons across Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, and beyond. It is the master of the ambush. Half submerged, it lies perfectly still, blending with the water like a living shadow. Then, in a flash, it strikes. With raw power, it wraps around its prey. Capybaras, caimans, deer, even jaguars. Each breath the victim takes is its last. Every coil tightens until the struggle stops. And when the water grows calm again, the jungle goes silent. Because everyone knows what happened beneath that still surface. The anaconda doesn't chew. It doesn't tear. It swallows whole. Bones, fur, claws, everything. Hours later, the only sign left is a soft ripple, fading into nothing. Sucuri, just as it is called in Brazil, a name that carries both fear and respect. They say when the river is quiet for too long, it's because the sucuri is near. It doesn't kill for fun. It kills to survive, and it does so better than anything else in the Amazon. What do you think about these deadly animals? Comment down below.